Do you feel stuck in your weight loss? Are you trying everything possible and the weight just won't come off? Well, in today's video, I'm going to talk about 8 mistakes that you might be making that's preventing you from losing weight. So if you want to learn how to avoid these mistakes and get your weight off faster, keep watching. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Blossom Okafo. I'm a physical therapist and wellness coach. And on this channel, I talk about all things fitness, wellness, weight loss, and I do a little bit of lifestyle vlogging, as well as full-length workout videos and healthy recipes. So if these things resonate with you, feel free to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified of when I post new content. So I'm going to start from number 8. So make sure you watch until the end so you can see the number 1 mistake you might be making that's preventing you from losing weight. So number 8, snacking too much. Are you snacking all day? Do you find yourself snacking like every 1-2 hours, reaching for a handful of nuts here, a bag of chips here, a cookie there? Then your issue might be that you're snacking too much. Yes, people say eat snacks. The reality is the more times you eat is the more chances you have to add more calories into your day. And how do you lose weight? You must burn off more calories in a day than you take in. So if you are continually snacking throughout the day, you may be inadvertently eating more calories than you really realize. So when you take that handful of nuts, it may not seem like nothing, but that's 180 calories. Later, you get a Snickers bar, that's another 200 calories. Another time, you get a yogurt, that's another 100 calories. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is, if you're snacking throughout the day, you're probably eating too much. How can you prevent from snacking throughout the day? Is making sure that when you do eat, the food you eat is going to keep you fuller longer. So I recommend not eating more than 1 snack a day. Personally, I eat breakfast, lunch, and then if I need it, a snack before dinner. And that's all I do. Some people need a snack before lunch depending on how they space out their meals, but no more than 1 snack, please guys. Number 7, not being mindful of the sauces you're using. You have to be very careful that you don't use too much sauce like ketchup, barbecue, mayonnaise, salad dressing, because these calories can add up quick. Not to mention there's a lot of added sugar in these sauces. You might think you're only using a teaspoon, but in reality you're using like 2 or 3 tablespoons. Add that up within a day, you might be eating an excess of 500 calories in what you think of. So you don't have to cut out the sauces, but really be mindful of how much you're using. A little dab will take you a long way. Number 6, not getting enough protein in your diet. So I mentioned in number 8 that snacking too much. Sometimes you snack too much because you are starving all day from not eating the proper amount of nutrients in your meals. So protein is one thing you can add to every meal that will keep you fuller longer and prevent you from snacking. So for instance, instead of just having a bagel in the morning, try to have a bagel with peanut butter or a bagel with egg. Instead of using almond or coconut milk, maybe try soy milk. Soy milk has much more protein, just the same amount as regular cow's milk, while the other options is almond milk and coconut milk, cashew milk, have 0 to no protein. Just try to have protein at every meal. The recommended amount is about 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for instance, if I weigh 170 pounds, I should be aiming to get at most 170 grams of protein a day. Not to mention that if you are deficient in protein in your diet, that as you're losing weight and cutting back your total amount of calories, you will lose muscle mass. So if you make sure you have enough protein in your diet, like I just said, 1 gram per pound, on the lower end 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, but 1 gram per pound, you will be able to keep your muscle mass as you're cutting down your calories. But when you do lose muscle mass, you start to look flabby, as well as your metabolism will slow down. So what does that do? It makes it more difficult for you to lose weight. So not enough proteins, making it more difficult for you to lose weight because your metabolism is slowing down from the muscle breakdown, and it's not keeping you full, so you're snacking. So guess what? you can't lose the weight. Number 5 mistake that you might be making is not getting enough fiber in your diet. Likewise with protein, when you add fiber into your meals, it keeps you fuller longer. So this is another thing that can help prevent you from snacking all day. The other thing why it's important to get enough fiber in your diet is because it slows down the production of insulin. So the insulin response to the breakdown of carbohydrate in your body, essentially. When you eat carbohydrates, it gets broken down to simple sugars. Insulin responds to push that sugar into your muscle cells as well as your liver. However, right, if you have the continued production of insulin over time, 1, it can lead to diabetes, but 2, it leads to fat storage in your body. So it's very important, 1, to make sure you're eating enough fiber as well as protein to slow down how food is broken down when you eat it. So you decrease the amount and load of insulin that's produced throughout the day in your body. All right. Number 4. Did you go out last night? Did you go out last weekend? Or did you sit down and have a scandal glass of wine for dinner? If your answer was yes, then you might be drinking too much alcohol. Alcohol actually has 7 calories per gram as opposed to protein and carbohydrates, which both have 4 calories per gram. Fat has 9 calories per gram. So if you are consuming alcohol, you are consuming calories that you were not even thinking about. So one thing, if you're trying to lose weight and it's not coming off, check to see if you're drinking too much. Really just cut it out. You don't need that glass of wine every night. You don't need to be binge drinking on the weekends if you really are serious about your weight loss. Not to mention, when you consume excess alcohol, what do you think happens? It gets stored as fat in your body, and that's why you have the notorious beer belly. So if you're serious about your weight loss, just cut it out. All right, number 3. So the number 3 mistake you might be making is not drinking enough water. So if typically throughout the day you are drinking juice or alcohol, as just mentioned, or soda, then you are adding so many more calories into your diet than necessary. Again, how do you lose weight? The calories that you expend must be more than the calories you put in. So a simple way to decrease the calories that you put in is drinking water instead of drinking soda, juices, and alcohol. So take out all of that junk and just simply drink water. If you like tea and coffee, those are good options as well. Just make sure not to add any milk or sugar. You could use stevia, which is a natural sweetener, but no sugar, no milk, no creamer. That's going to add calories. Again, we're trying to burn more calories than what we take in to lose weight. So if you're not doing this, guess what? You're not going to lose weight. So number 2, not walking enough. So if you are sitting down most of the day at a desk or on a couch, you're simply not active enough, and walking more can help you lose weight. Not only does exercise help speed up your metabolism and help burn more fat, so research shows that low intensity cardio like walking actually burns more fat than high intensity cardio in terms of what's the source of energy being utilized while you're exercising. So while you're doing high intensity cardio, at first you are actually burning more carbohydrate. Instead, when you're doing low intensity activities like walking, your body is burning more fat. So an easy way to try to burn more fat is walk more. Again, not only does walking and moving more increase your metabolism, but it's very easy to do, very easy to stick to. Recommendation is 10,000 steps a day. The more, the better. Get yourself a fitness tracker or a step counter so you can challenge yourself. So walk more if you want to get that weight off. And my number 1 tip, but first, I just want to thank you if you made it this far in the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like this. The number 1 tip is trying to change too much of your unhealthy lifestyle at one time. So if you were like, I'm going to get fit this year, and you tried to work out 7 days a week, you cut out all junk food, you meal prepped, and you did it all at the same time, guess what? You might get burned out and give up on yourself. So a better way to approach weight loss is doing it step by step. Choosing one habit to change at first, do it consistently over a period of a few weeks to a month, then you try to change another habit. So this can be simply as if you don't work out at all, it's very unreasonable to go and try to work out every day. It's better to try and just work out once or twice a week and try to do that consistently for a month. When you've done that consistently for a month, then you add in something else, maybe like drinking only water and cutting out all the sugary drinks. Do that for a month. Now you have 2 habits that you've formed and you're creating a healthy lifestyle, and it's easier to change your life and lose the weight for the long term. All right? Thank you for watching. Those are my top 8 mistakes that you should avoid so you can lose weight faster.